Welcome back to Celebrity Radio. It's Alex Belfield back at Foxwoods here in Connecticut, and I'm joined by the man who is in charge of the entire resort. Felix, how are you?
Great. Thank you for joining us today.
It's my absolute pleasure, and I've never been here before. I'd heard about it, and then I arrive at Foxwoods Resorts, and it's huge. I mean, this is a remarkable property, isn't it?
It's the biggest property in North America, 9 million square feet under one roof, 1,200 acres, nothing like it.
So we've got casinos, we've got restaurants, there's over 30 of them, and you've got a brand new mall.
Well, we actually have 7 casinos altogether, believe it or not, and we have 34 plus restaurants, and we have a 300,000 square foot Tanger outlet mall. So again, it's the newest part of Foxwoods.
And again, this is basically something for everyone. You've got 80 stores within that new mall. You've got these restaurants. You've got places where people can gamble. And, of course, live entertainment as well. We're currently here during The Supernaturalist, which is Chris Angel's brand new production. And it's remarkable. Congratulations on that.
Well, thank you. It's the third show that I've gotten to do with Chris. I did one, Chris Angel Believe, in Las Vegas. Then we did Chris Angel Mind Freak Live right here at Foxwoods. And now The Supernaturalist with Chris Angel. So we're very privileged to have him as one of our friends.
You get some amazing names here. I mean, I've been looking at your schedule through the end of the year. It's remarkable, isn't it, who comes?
Well, we have to have something for everyone. So we have everybody from J-Lo to Aerosmith to Hall & Oates to Diana Ross to Smokey Robinson. We have a Cirque show in August, so we're very privileged. But we have 2 great theaters, 4,000 seats, 1,400 seats, something for everyone.
And again, there's a big outside pool, and then inside, because of course where we're located here in the Northeast, the weather can be bad in the winter, so there's pools inside, so there's always something for people to do, and 2 spas as well.
Yeah, we have 2 spas, we have 3 indoor pools. As you mentioned, a great outdoor pool every Sunday. We have Liquid Sundays, which is kind of like a Wet Republic kind of experience, kind of a day club. So we try to provide something for every age group, every demographic.
I ate in one of the most beautiful restaurants I've ever eaten in on Friday night, Paragon, which is just lovely. There's fine dining here as well as dining that is just relaxed and comfortable.
Well, Paragon is a beautiful view of Mashantucket, Connecticut, this beautiful wooded area which is not far from the ocean and not far from places like Hartford and Providence and not that really far from New York and Boston. But Paragon has an unsurpassed view and wonderful food, and it was our privilege to host you up there.
Geographically, let's talk about where we are. I mean, we're in the middle of this oasis. As I look out the window, I mean, just miles and miles of woods and trees. It's gorgeous. We're about an hour or so from Boston. We're about an hour from Hartford Airport. And if you want to drive from New York, it's about 2.5 hours.
Exactly. Listen, the more you work in a big city with all the traffic jams and all the hustle and bustle and stress, I think Foxwoods is the perfect place to unwind and de-stress. It's gorgeous. It's not hard to get to. We're not far from 95. But again, we have something for everybody. 2 great golf courses. You mentioned the spas. We have a great nightclub and Shrine. We also have the best bowling alley I've ever seen, High Rollers. So if you come here, you can have fun. You can be a little kid again. You can be sophisticated. Whatever your heart's content, there's something here.
Felix, yesterday I had a tour of the property and they took me into one of your private villas, which is just extraordinary. It's on 2 floors, 3 bedrooms, baby grand piano. I mean, you look after the whales, I believe they're called, very well as well. I mean, you're attracting all different people who are spending millions of dollars, people who just want to come here and enjoy the resort.
Well, we've been in business 23 years. We're blessed to have hundreds of thousands of people who have been customers since day one. And you're right, we have 23 villas, including the Mashantucket Villa. Obviously, we're owned by the Mashantucket Pequot tribe, a family of about 1,000 people. There's a tribal council of 7 individuals, our board of directors, but we really know how to take care of the top players as well as anywhere in the world, including Las Vegas or Atlantic City or the Bahamas or anywhere that people gamble.
And the history of this place is fascinating because, I mean, you're in a place of really self-rule because this is not owned by the American government. This is private land owned by them. The history is fascinating.
Well, it's a sovereign nation, and unfortunately, like a lot of the Native American people, they had a beautiful life, and unfortunately when the Western settlers came here, there was some tragedy. But the reality is that they've recouped, and again, the Pequots are a very resilient, resourceful people. And now they've built this beautiful resort. We have thousands of acres altogether, but about 1,200 right here. Well, we have 4 different hotel products. So you mentioned Fox. We have Grand Pequot, which is kind of the center. We have the Great Cedars, and then we also have Two Trees, which is right across the road. So if you want something that's more accessible, you can pick Two Trees. family friendly, might be Great Cedars. If you're a high roller, Grand Pequot. If you're a conventioneer or you like the nightlife, then possibly Fox. But as you've mentioned, something for everyone, Alex.
And again, as we sit here today, the sun is shining and we're just moments away from the beach. We're really close to the ocean, aren't we?
I mean, we really are. We're close to Rhode Island. There's a great community called Watch Hill. We're close to Mystic Seaport, Mystic Aquarium. There's an awful lot to do. So it's particularly in the summer, spring, and fall, there's an awful lot to do in the area. Beautiful wineries, great fishing, great boating. It's really a paradise here in southeastern Connecticut.
And of course, because of our location where we're currently sat, the weather can get bad. And this is a place that can handle any weathers. And once you're here, you're never going to be bored.
Well, the reality is you never have to leave the building. I mean, the Tanger Outlet Mall is the first of 47 properties that they have built, that Steve Tanger himself has built with his partner Sheldon Gordon. And the reality is it's the first fully enclosed, 300,000 square feet, fully acclimatized, winter, summer, spring, fall. You never get wet, you never get cold. Just a beautiful facility.
I want to talk a bit about you, if we can, Felix, because you've had such a fascinating life and a remarkable career. I mean, you were one of the innovators of modern Las Vegas and really part of its huge success, and when it thrived and became Las Vegas as we know it today. It's been an incredible career, isn't it?
Well, I'm very fortunate. I've been in the business 35 years. I started in Atlantic City. I spent 25 in Las Vegas. I worked for Steve Wynn. I worked for Station Casinos. I worked for MGM. I've had the opportunity to work with people like Mr. Krikorian and Terry Lanny and Jim Murr and Steve Wynn and Mark Shore and the Fertittas. So I'm very, very blessed. But yeah, I had the opportunity to work at some great properties like MGM Grand, like New York, like Luxor, like the Mirage, like Excalibur. And it's really a fun business. We're really in the entertainment business. It's not just gaming, it's really the entertainment business. And I consider myself to be very blessed.
And it's about people, isn't it? I mean, you're an amazing communicator who loves people. If you forget your public, you're going to be finished.
Well, the reality is we have 1 million or 2 million or 3 million people in our database. This property, Foxwoods, has 12 million visitors a year, we estimate now, with the Tanger Outlet Malls just opening. In Las Vegas, they have 40 million visitors a year. Every property I worked at has 5 or 6 or 7 or 8,000 people rather. So the reality is it's all about the team. It's not about me. It's hopefully people are engaged and motivated and they take care of the guest and provide a great experience.
Where do you start in managing something like this? Because it's so huge. I mean, it probably takes an hour to walk from one end to the next because it's, I mean, these wonderful corridors of theaters, and then of course they've got the bars and the restaurants and the mall. It's huge.
Well, it really is. I mean, 9 million square feet is bigger than anything in Las Vegas. But again, we've got 7,000 employees, team members, we call them, and it's really all about them. We're a 24/7 business. You depend on them to be engaging, to know their job. Really, 80% of their job is the customer service piece and 20% is technical. So you want people that smile, that care, that are people. And of our 6,000 or 7,000 team members, a very high percentage, probably 40%, are day one employees, which is phenomenal. It says something about them, it says something about us, and hopefully the guest appreciates that.
Do you ever stop working? I've been here since Thursday, and it seems to me whether I contact you at 2 in the morning or 2 in the afternoon, you're around this casino somewhere working.
Well, it's a 24/7 business. It's amazing. My team takes care of most of the problems at night, but the reality is, yeah, you could work 18, 20 hours a day, 7 days a week and not be done, but it's all about the team. And I'm very fortunate. We work for great people, the Mashantucket Pequots Tribal Council, led by Tribal Council Chairman Rodney Butler. There's 7 great people, very engaged in the community. And the reality is we really are a community. People don't realize that. It's really the Mashantucket Pequot Tribal Nation that runs the Mashantucket Pequot Gaming Enterprise. And we have police, we have fire, we have utilities, we have all the community services that you would get in any town. So again, I'm just one more representative of that team.
And you should be very proud. I mean, my room is lovely. The spa is as good as any spa I've been in anywhere in the world, and the entertainment has been incredible. Heart were playing last night, for example. The Supernaturalist plays through July, and I'm sure it will be back again next year.
Well, the Supernaturalist, I think, is the best touring magic show out there. Chris Angel, our mutual friend, no one works harder, no one is better. He's the most, in my opinion, accomplished and creative and famous illusionist magician working today. The guy is just extremely brilliant. Anything he does, whether it's his TV shows or what have you. And again, we're blessed that we were chosen by Chris to debut 2 of his shows. The Supernaturalist runs through the end of July, and then we know that Chris is planning to come back in November and December and be in the show himself. But again, we're blessed to have those kind of relationships with visionaries and people that really push the art and the craft of magic further than ever before.
If you want to find out more, you can Google Foxwoods. It comes up straight away, right in the heart of Connecticut. It's a beautiful resort where you can come and enjoy, and there really is something for everyone. And once you either fly into New York or Boston internationally, you can
Providence,
get here.
Hartford. I mean, we're really less than an hour from those 2 airports. There's a private airport in the New London Groton area. Believe it or not, various and sundry cruise ships also land in that area. There's a great train service up and down the East Coast with Amtrak. So the reality is not hard to get here and very easy to get here by automobile.
Felix, thank you so much for your time. You can find out more. Google Foxwoods. Thank you for having me.
Alex, thank you. We hope you come back. We hope you're now a Foxwoods friend for life.